Alrighty. So we finally got God himself, Rod Hayes, on the line. We're just gonna do a little bit of chat today, figure out a few things. I'm trying to get this camera right. The lens is so tight in, it's so hard to get me focus. All right. Yeah, we good. Yes, sir. Okay, Mr. Rod Hayes. So we was talking about I was wanting to talk to you about Sekhmet a little bit more today, get some more clarification onto what you were speaking about with Black Magic the other day in the RFK melanin video that you dropped.
Mm,
Yeah, so I hear a
you got
lot of times you people like you and Brother Bobby talk about Sekhmet, but it's really a goddess that's not very much explored in the Egyptian pantheon. I was wondering if you could go on a little bit more about that. Tell us a little bit more about what you know about the goddess Sekhmet.
yeah, you know what the totem system is, right?
No, but I'd love to be informed for sure.
Before we had religion and before we started claiming symbols, we used to use animal totems. You see all of those zoo types in the Egyptian hieroglyphics,
Right.
those are totem tribes.
Okay.
So all of those tribes made up what we call modern Egypt,
Oh wow.
right? So when those tribes came together, instead of writing them as people, they put their totem animal there so that we won't focus on people but energy.
Mm,
The energy of Sekhmet is the lion is protecting her cubs energy.
got you.
So the story of Sekhmet is that she went into such a rage, she was turned to loose on the invaders,
Uh-huh.
and when she started tearing their ass up, she became bloodthirsty.
Mm.
And in her bloodlust, they couldn't stop her from wreaking her rage. And so what they ended up doing was mixing some red wine with some blood and got her drunk till she passed out.
Oh,
When she
okay.
yeah, when she passed out, then when she woke up, she was able to be consoled,
Wow.
right? And so she was able to be called back to Ra. So
Hmm.
that was like his daughter protecting her baby, so to speak.
That's
The
insane.
totem, yeah. So the totem energy that she represents is the lioness. The lioness is over the female's pride.
Okay.
Pride comes from the heart. It's the confident love energy if it's used in the right way. If pride is used in the wrong way, it becomes selfish, destructive energy.
Mm.
So you gotta remember the flex and the energy in order to get the understanding of what she's doing, why she's doing it. You know, it's a whole story behind Sekhmet. It's a beautiful story. But it's the main thing that everybody focuses on is the Queen Mother rage. You mess with her babies and now she coming for your head.
Right.
It's the same energy as the Kalima energy, Mother Tang.
Mm.
She don't take no prisoners. She don't take no hostages. But she takes everybody in due time.
Wow. Wow. Are you familiar with the anime Castlevania? It's on
I'm
Netflix.
familiar with it, but I only watched like 2 episodes of it.
See, when you get a chance, definitely check out Castlevania Nocturne. The new season just came on, and they deal with Sekhmet in that show. And it's really interesting because it's one of the first times I've ever seen African spirituality really explored. I mean, it has not only Egyptian mythology, but it deals with voodoo and the Orisha as well, all in the same series. And
Mm.
like, it's pretty cool. Like, so you're dealing with a lot of ancestral magic and stuff like that. But Sekhmet makes is like pretty much the whole topic of season 2 of Nocturne. And it really lines up to everything you're saying, which is really kind of crazy.
So the all of the systems of magic, the highest form of magic is the Heka magic out of Kemet,
mm,
right?
Hecate.
Voodoo, yeah, voodoo, hoodoo, and Santeria. A lot of those, they are all derivatives, offspring of the original Heka magic.
Mm,
So when we see these themes coming up, the seven orishas and the seven chakras is the seven stars of the Pleiades, which is the seven sisters. All of this is telling you the energy as above, so below energies.
mm,
So when you start translating the energies into modern language, and that's the hard part.
mm. Okay.
Somebody's trying to call me, but that's the hard part is to get the energy into the modern English or whatever language you speak, because you're not translating words, you're translating the energy.
Mm,
And sometimes the words we use, we don't even use them in proper context, which throws the whole interpretation of the energy off.
for sure. Oh wow, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, people got. I had a video, a little clip somebody had shared, and I was saying that people don't understand the definition of the word they use.
Mm,
So they be using the word. It's any person. You can ask them the simplest word that came out their mouth. What do that mean? They're gonna be like stuck.
mm,
They don't know the meaning of the word, but they know what they mean when they use the word.
right.
Two different things altogether.
Exactly. Exactly. That's a really big problem, especially in the South and the black community. You got people, your elders that mispronounce things their whole life and they don't like to be corrected. But, words do have power. So if you don't know the power of the words that you're using, you can be affected negatively by them. Um,
That's what my father used to tell me when I was younger. He was like, he grew up in the South.
hmm
He said they language, they was butchering the English language. So he wanted to move to the city for his for us to get a good education.
yeah.
That's why he left the country. But we didn't disconnect from the people in the country.
Mm,
When you see me and Young Elder, we literally showing you the city slicker and the country boy having a conversation
right.
about knowledge.
Right.
That's what we're doing, literally. Because a lot of people hear the country draw the elder and then they just overlook a lot of what he's saying because he sound country.
Mm-hmm.
So then I come through with proper diction, enunciation of words, and I'm saying stuff that he already said, Malachi said, Elijah said, Nomadru Ali said, Marcus Garvey said, Malcolm X said, but I put it in a construct of the English language that almost the babies can understand,
Mm-hmm.
which was the instructions from Elijah. Make it plain enough for a baby to understand it. That's the hard part
Yeah.
because half the adults they speak a language that doesn't always resonate with the children,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then we tell the babies, "You heard me say, motherfucker, you can't say that."
Do as I say, not as I do. Yeah.
Yeah. But in the tribal tradition, if the adults use profanity, then they didn't discipline the children for using profanity because it's the language they're using.
Right.
Profanity is contextual,
Right.
right? So when they be telling you don't use profanity, they're telling you to be politically correct, but you can't be politically correct when the politics is all wrong.
Mm.
So you use the profanity to emphasize the error in the political dynamic. This is not politically correct. And so they try to govern speech, and we're supposed to be living with free speech.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't use as much profanity to express the belligerent nature of our occupation.
Dang. That was very eloquently put. I like that.
And then so my answer to them is fuck y'all.
Right. Right. Okay.
I'm gonna say, so I'm gonna deliberately use profanity to Stir the ires are the ones. If you can get past the profanity in the early videos I did, there's some jewels in there. But if you can't get past the profanity because you're so righteous,
It's not
you
for
might
you.
miss a whole lot of information.
Yeah, see, that's why I love Bobby. Like you and Bobby is the reason why I got into you. I saw videos of you after watching Bobby for like 2 years, and I've always been wanting to hear someone speak with the similar views, but with better diction. And you are definitely that. I feel like the only thing the world is
I
missing
don't
is
know. Bobby's pretty articulate now. I
he
can't. I
is.
can't take that credit.
He is very articulate, but the digestibility is, I think, why has a wider diverse or demographic for you, just because of the way that you speak. Bobby is very southern. So that
Yeah, that
southern,
country boy dynamic again.
yeah, it can get misinterpreted. For someone like me, it's like talking to one of my uncles, you know what I'm saying? Or listening to one of my uncles talk. But to someone with more book smarts, they might think, "Oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about because of the way he says this and that." And it's just like, no, that's not the case. But again, you got to get past that to get to the meat. Um,
Yeah, I had got a message early on from Fairkind because people was complaining about my profanity,
mm,
and it came in the form of a video clip, and he was pretty much quoting me. He was saying, "How you gonna be politically correct when the politics is incorrect?" I
mm.
was like, look at this, y'all minister. Tell me what I'm telling them is right.
That's amazing. Yes. Okay, I saw this video yesterday that was talking about demonic sigils and emojis. Okay. And that really stuck out to me because one of my theories for the past couple years has been that demons can influence through technology. Okay. And
Well, first of all, what is a demon?
when I
They
say
got us
demon,
believing that a demon is a little orc looking being with horns and sharp teeth. That's not what a demon is.
talk to him.
The word demon comes from the word daemon, which is a intelligence aspect that's in your subconscious.
Okay. Entity. Another aspect of yourself.
Right. Now, what makes it a good aspect or a bad aspect is how you use it.
Mm,
So when you start doing sigil magic, sigils is like app writing for the brain.
okay.
So we don't know it, but if we can learn to write sigils, we can pretty much, once the sigil settles in the subconscious, it becomes auto active.
Mm,
It's like an app running in the background while you on your phone playing the game.
mm,
Like you don't have to stay on Facebook to get your messages. They still downloading to your Facebook.
right.
But when you get done with the game, you want to see what messages you got, you go to your Facebook app.
Right.
Right? It's the same way with sigils. Sigils is used to restrict energy flow in the subconscious mind or to open up the energy flow.
Mm. Okay. Are you familiar with the emoji correlation to the demonic sigils of the Lesser Key of Solomon?
Yeah, but the emoji is the modern facial expressions and interpretations of stuff that we have.
Right.
Like, for instance, they use the eggplant for the phallus,
Okay.
right? They use the peach symbol for the butt cheeks,
Right.
right? So we know what they mean,
Mm,
but it throws AI off if we go from talking with words back to emojis and back to words. And that's how I was able to crush the AI in the 4-bit quantum encryption,
mm.
because I had to get it's called the emojis was originally called smileys, remember?
Right. Right.
Right. So once you get the smileys sigil or the smiley key, that means that you can translate the emojis. That means that you can talk to people using a combination of words and emojis and something that's written. So if you go back to my post from like 2019, 2018, 2020, they got a lot of emojis in there. The emojis is I'm still telling the story. AI can't keep up. Too many emojis because there's too many variables in the AI codex that the emoji could mean that it can't settle on what I'm talking about because it don't always look like it matched the subject matter.
Mm,
But any one of us can look at the emoji and say, "Oh, that's a gymnastics. That means flip."
right.
Right? Or you see somebody on skis, it can mean coming down the hill. It can mean sliding on ice. It can mean a few things. So, hey, I don't know which one you're using it for.
Right.
So that throws the AI off. So AI become a jam, and so you know when it jam because your your whatever program you on was you on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and you using those emojis, you'll get a glitch. It'll like blink in, blink out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I mean, you kick AI in the testicles.
Yeah. Now see.
And I got that from Dr. York from reading Dr. York versus the computer.
Um. Interesting. That's
So when I was reading it, I was like, this don't sound like he's challenging the computer because he was just going over the functionality of computers and how it's being used and everything. And then, so what made me go a little further is I started realizing that there's a lot of symbolism that the computer can generate, but it can't always translate.
okay. That's interesting because I do a lot of work. I do a lot of work with AI, just doing a lot of graphic stuff with the videos and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually generating a visualizer for an artist that's strictly AI, making like a Pixar looking production for them. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm always looking for new ways to talk to the computer and make myself be more articulate, but it's never occurred to me to like try to outsmart the AI, kind of like what you're speaking about.
Yeah. Well, that's because most people don't know that okay, so they offered four potential governments for the new era.
Okay.
The oligarchy is ruled by corporations. We was already under that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had the techocracy that was governed by AI monitoring everything.
Right.
Then we had the oligarchy tech. Oh, the bankers,
Mm-hmm.
and we already did that. We did not know that don't work. And then we had your political paradigms of a new world order. Most people don't know that the new world order started in 1492.
Mm.
Where did they say Columbus was going?
1492. Sailed the ocean blue.
And what was he look? Where did he find?
He was looking for India, right?
No, because India wasn't called India yet. That's a fallacy.
Ah. Okay.
India wasn't named India until the 1900s.
Oh, so what was he looking for?
The New World.
Got you. Okay.
Everybody tell you that the New World was this land over here,
Yeah.
but it's really the old world.
Mm.
So they tell us one thing, but they do a different thing.
Right.
So when they came over here and found the old world, they called it the New World because it supposed to have been a new discovery. How are you gonna discover something that's fully populated?
Right. You can't.
Can't discover a new land when there's millions of people on it.
That makes sense.
We ain't never left. We ain't never went nowhere. We still here, and they butt sore.
That's a word.
But that's when the New World Order started. The New World Order started when the Discovery Doctrine unleashed the Spanish conquistadors, the French Huguenots, and the English gentry onto the Americas.
Okay.
They came and did a bait and switch.
Mm.
They told us that the colonists defeated the British in the Revolutionary War.
Mm. But
They lost,
right. Right.
but they can't tell the people they lost.
So do you
Because then we demand them to exit stage left and don't come back.
interesting. So would you say that timeline wise, would you say that the time of the Tartarians was before 1492, and that's when they invaded.
Listen. There is no civilization called Tartaria.
Got you.
Tartaria just means west of Rome. It's a Roman orientation to capture the Atlantean civilization without calling it the Atlant.
Hmm.
Another name for the Atlant is the Outland. So you see this movie, it's a comedy called The Outlander.
Yeah, it's like a British comedy, isn't it?
I forget, it's been a while since I've seen it, like some years, but
Yeah.
in the Outlander, the outland is the Atlant. It's the land outside of the European uh global positioning paradigm,
Hmm.
west of the Roman civilization of Italy.
Wow. You're blowing my mind right now. Okay. This is stuff that this stuff that I wish they taught in schools because I feel like we're so deceived with what's happened in the past by the indoctrination that we receive. That's why I love talking to people like you. Gives me a lot of clarity.
Because, but the educational system is designed to deceive us.
Mm,
It's designed to deceive us, manipulate us, and program us to follow a paradigm that's belligerent to our existence.
mm, that's real. That's real.
All we got to do is the etymology on the word school, and it'll tell you you're sending your babies to hell.
Hey,
So you keep sending your babies to hell, how long they got to go there before they act like a devil?
that's a great point. You know,
They
and
say when in Rome, do as the Romans do, right?
the Romans be doing a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah. So when you in hell, who you gonna imitate?
Oh, I feel you. Okay. How do you feel about
When you
these new? I'm sorry. What'd you say?
when you in hell, do as the demons do,
Mm,
right? So they tell you in the book, the angel of dark can transform into an angel of light to deceive the very elect.
mm.
That worked the other way around too. The angel of light can take on the form of the angel of dark in order to overthrow the very elect.
Ooh, that's what's happening now.
Yeah.
Wow.
So all of us, the ones they call thugs, hood niggas, gang bangers, we are the angels pretending to be demons until we can conquer the demons that's infiltrating us.
Mm. What do you think it's going to take for us to snap out of that demon mode and to start protecting again in mass?
Restoring the mothers back to the position of tribal mothers.
Ooh.
We need to have right now. I think if we could have a tribal mothers summit
Hmm.
where we can get all of the sisters that's doing the work on the stage to just tell the world that we took this month back, it's over with.
Mm.
That's easier said than done because everybody want to be the one, but don't nobody want to be in support of the one.
Mm.
If they find out they not the one, they get disgruntled because they feel like they've done the most work. But that's not how it's not just who do the most work. It's who can function at this capacity in leadership without the leadership capacity bringing them down to tyranny.
Mm. So how do you feel like we identify those mothers, that feminine energy?
They automatically identify. Go look at Louisa Taish. She's a Vadun priestess out of New Orleans. She lives in California now.
Okay.
Look at Bayena Bielo from Haiti.
Mm.
She's a Haitian historian professor, but she lives in Florida now.
Mm.
Right? Look at Chief Warhorse. She's a Chata chief, high chief. She ain't no regular chief. She's a high chief
Mm.
and a war chief, and she declared peace. When the war chief declared peace, it shifts from the war chiefs. I'm a war chief, she a war chief.
Mm.
Empress Redbird is the peace chief.
Mm.
So as a war chief, I had to declare that the war was over and give it to Empress Redbird. The only thing we was waiting on Chief Warhorse to declare victory and the peace to follow. And she did that a couple weeks ago.
Oh wow. Wow. So one thing that I hear a lot in the black community concerning, like whenever I say the name Chief Pontiac, people have trouble discerning what exactly that means. What could you explain to the people what your title means?
So I was called Chief Pontiac by people who knew I was from Pontiac, Michigan.
Got you.
I didn't self-identify as Chief Pontiac.
Got you.
I got a homeboy named James Love. He got murdered back in the 80s.
Mm,
He was the heir to Chief Pontiac. And he put me in the game. And when he died, now I'm responsible for carrying on his work because that was my man's.
right.
Right? We used to call him Sugar Bang. Right. So when you come to Pontiac, anybody in their 50s know who Sugar Bang is. And a
Okay.
lot of people in their 40s.
Right.
And they got some diehard Sugar Bang supporters that know he was gonna be the chief if he don't get murdered.
Mm,
That I'm not stepping on his toes, I'm furthering his agenda. Right. And when she told him, then it was all love after that. But the order to be the chief, you got to be born with the blood right,
mm-hmm.
and you have to be educated enough. You have to self-educate. You're not allowed to take part in the educational system of the invaders
Mm,
for your primary education.
okay.
That's why they call all of the chiefs a self-raised master.
Okay.
We can go get the basics from their system, but the broader education, we have to go across the land, meet different people from different clans. And when we get done with our travels, this is why they call Masonic call themselves the traveling man.
Okay.
Your travels take you to different parts of the land. You have to be able to read the land and read the movement of the people.
Mm,
Right. Then by you meeting different people, you become most loved and most respected. And this is how your status is solidified as a chief. You don't get elected as a chief.
okay.
You're born with the blood and you work your way to qualify for the position. And every chief got a different set of qualifications.
What were your set of qualifications?
Code cracking.
Code cracking. Got you.
Yeah. So I had to learn when they speaking over our head, I had to learn what they were saying. So I can come back and tell y'all who don't know their language. Signs and symbols.
Yeah.
And then show you what they saying, point the sign and symbols out and say, this is what they saying, this is what they doing. And it sounds when you do that like you're making a prophecy. You're not making a prophecy or a prediction. You're translating what they're saying they're gonna do.
Mm.
And then because of translation's accuracy, it sounds like you have some kind of tapped in link to the future where you can download future information, which they call prophecy.
Right. But all you're doing is reading this writing on the wall.
Yeah. Just translating, that's all.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay. Well, my recording apparatus have all died. but I definitely want to get you back on the horn and see if we can talk with me and my boy Barsky as well. His dad had him in Dr. York's community from a very, very early age. He's from New York, and his father is like really into like more science and law in general. I really think he'd be someone that you would definitely connect with on a spiritual level. Your energies are very.
Sounds like somebody I connect with.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. His their last name is actually Barco, and I think they his Barcy told me something about them collecting their what am I trying to say? Tracing their lineage back to Hannibal. But
Yeah, because Barker was Hannibal's last name. I was just about to say that.
yeah.
And the O and the A are interchangeable under Grimm's Law of Grammar. When you're doing translation and transliteration of a foreign language,
Mm.
all vowels are interchangeable.
Wow. Yeah, yeah, y'all definitely got to talk for sure, for sure. All right, well, I really appreciate you speaking to me today. I'm going to get the video edited and put it up, and I'll make sure I tag you and everything. What's your say your cash app? I'm gonna put it at the bottom. It's Sik8, right?
Yeah, capital SIK, capital APE.
Awesome, awesome. Y'all go ahead and donate to the boy or to the man, Rod Hayes. He's gonna continue to bless us with all his knowledge and wisdom. Again, thank you, sir. I really appreciate you. And yeah, I'm gonna hit you up soon, and we'll have another conversation really shortly.
Okay, sure.
All right. You have a blessed day.
Yeah, you too.
All right.